Hello, Kingsmen. Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have a 4v4 sent in by the Scouts of Entertainment, another YouTuber that does a lot of Total War games and some other stuff as well. Already having a fight going off. During the intro here, we had some Lancers from a 10-point France getting charged. You saw by the HRE and UK. But as I said, this is a 4v4 and it is two 10-pointers. There's the UK 10-pointer Peninsular and the HRE the 10-pointer, and then you have Piedmont 9-pointer and Sweden 9-pointer, and they are taking on some pretty hefty French factions. We have a 10-point France, a 12-point France, a Poland 8-point, and then I do believe there is a Italy 7-point Italy. So kind of had to fast forward a little bit. Nothing really was happening at the very beginning. France 10-pointer actually started right here in this area. Obviously, they fell back, and it looks like the coalition will be taking over this central area now. Of course, the French army, mainly the infantry, is very close. We don't see a lot of cav here, but we are seeing some aligned infantry advancing here from 10-point, mostly Swiss infantry, it would appear. Over here, actually, here's the Swiss. The good old Swiss pushing up here. HRE has some horse artillery. They have set up with some of their forward positioning calves, so they're actually going to probably get some pretty brutal firing here with their 5-pounder. Now, way over on this side, it looks like the HRE are going to be pushing up. Most of their infantry's right here, most of their calves over here. That artillery really going to start telling. As you can see, already hitting this infantry. But they are going to keep pressing forward. Most of the men are going to get up, brush the dust off their coats, and keep pressing forward. Now, we do have some cav and HRE getting kind of pushed back by some of the Italians, so they're going to hopefully have some reinforcements here. Also, you see the UK have started scouting over here, but then the Polish are over here with a 6-pounder horse artillery and some of their Lancers, which... never underestimate Polish Lancers. They will trick you into attacking them, and then they will just utterly destroy you. So, yeah, we do have that artillery still pouring down some fire here. No infantry for the coalition yet, though, just their calves. So, they are definitely at a disadvantage at the moment. Now, UK and Sweden look like they're pushing up in this center area. There's a hill outside the town, as you can see here. And I'm sure they would love to take that hill outside the town, set up some artillery, and kind of go from there. We do have HRE pushing up on the right flank with Piedmont, Sardinia. So they are going to be kind of setting up a line in this side of the map. This side, and not really focusing over here that much. They have some cav, of course. The UK is sending some of their green rascals. And it looks like maybe some... free corps to maybe take some LOC points to kind of hold off. For now, we do have some generals sitting here in the center. Very strong defensive position with all the cav here. Carabiniers, I think, for Sweden. This artillery is staying here, and French are just letting them shell their infantry. Although, honestly, this should be what they should be focusing on, these cuirassiers. Quite a bit of cuirassiers. That is going to drive them back. I'd be kind of concerned right now. 12-point France can bring some crazy, scary cav. But I think France seems contented to stay here for now. They're going to wait and see what happens. Maybe they're just waiting on some reinforcements from the 12-pointer. And maybe they're going to wait for Italy to get in position. Italy maybe has a forest, or maybe going down this road here, or down this side. So we'll see. Now, France did push up, and they are now falling back. Some chasseurs, they do have some line infantry, the 70 infantry of France. Kind of sitting in this town area. Some big buildings here. Oh, I hear a cav engagement that I did miss. It looks like some of the Polish did push out a mass push, actually, killing a bunch of hussars here. Ooh, they pushed out a lot, big time. So Poland is pushing up on this right flank. I see at least 4 or 5 or 6 Polish cav just popping out of nowhere. So the UK obviously are scrambling over. They do have some light dragoons, hussars, and they have the dragoon guard, the blue horse. These guys are very good. and very worthy of meeting with the Polish Lancers. So they are trying to defend this side. Of course, like I said, they do have some, it looks like maybe some pioneers, basically, kind of. Sappers. They're going to put some stakes up. They have some line infantry over there. Now, looking over here still, nothing yet. The French are starting to push up along this road. In fact, we do have some cav charged down, some chasseurs cheval going for the horse artillery. Unfortunately, HRE were not able to stop it in time. And I think they're going to lose that artillery. If anything, they're stuck there, but yeah, they're going to rout. So France able to break that. Not a lot of infantry. The UK does have some infantry pushing up, but no infantry yet. As HRE are going to form up probably to square up against the Italians.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
You can see LSC taken. Some light infantry rushing in here. They're going to start shooting against the infantry or the cav of the HRE. And they're going to have a big clash here as the cuirassiers are fighting. Now, these are your heavies. You do not want to risk these guys. You want to pull them out now because the French are just going to rout them, shoot them in the side. Now, we do have more artillery here, more horse artillery. We're Piedmont. Man, my brain is working at half speed today. We do have a charge as now France is trying to pursue, maybe take out some of these Jaegers, skirmishers, but they're going to get countercharged by Piedmont, Sardinia. But that is going to possibly leave this artillery free. So these dragoons who are, oh my goodness, firing directly into Sardinia's cav. Although here comes some more cuirassiers probably going to flank around the French. France did lose a lot of cav right here, but was it worth it? Now there's some regular volleys happening as France is going to start pouring in some fire here. These dragoons are now going to get charged in both sides, but here comes the counter charge of more cuirassiers of France. 12-pointer going to go in. Now HRE can bring up some more cav and try to defeat a lot of the heavies of France. We see actually France is going to push up to support that flank here, as line infantry from France are just going to start pouring in the fire on this coalition cav. Going to really start hurting them. But with Italy pushing out here, the coalition may want to rethink, you know, falling back a little bit. You can see their cavs actually in a tough place. These cuirassiers actually down to almost half strength here, but they have broken quite a bit of the HRE cav. The UK now throwing in some of their cav as well, and we do have a cav fight way over here. HRE Hussars taking on Italy, and here comes Italy pouring out. HRE are going to have to reform here. Sweden better, you know, pay attention to the fact that Italy's charging out. This flank for the coalition is looking a little messy here. Over here, it's just kind of a square up here as now Poland, UK are perfect for defeating Poland. The UK can form squares, and Poland will be useless against that. But more French advancing here, and Italy's going to start advancing. HRE, you're going to have to form up some of the line infantry here. Another LSC has fallen. Italy has taken it. More Cavs still fighting here. Cuirassiers of Sweden now rushing in, and some Dragoons of HRE. France needs to pull these Cuirassiers out of there. There's still 88 men. They're exhausted, so you can save them, but you can't keep them to fight too long. At this point, they need to maybe fall back, although they have some line infantry here who are just going to pour in some fire into the flank of this Swedish cav. What a brutal point-blank shot here, but look out, because we have Sardinia pouring in artillery fire and the UK pushing up here. Line infantry are going to get a very brutally close, deadly fire volley off on the French here, if we see here. Any second now. Come on, don't embarrass me. You see these guys are actually shaken. All it may take is a volley from the pilot, Punch's pilot guards. And the UK look like they actually are pushing up here. Sardinia sent in some of their guard to take this LOC, and the UK and Sweden are pushing through here. Actually, UK kind of snuck around here and have some squares. Man, eesh. France is being a little sloppy with their cav placement. And France over here needs to fall back with their ally. They need to reform because right now they are in a massive trap here. This force artillery is just shredding this infantry. This infantry has been caught in a massive trap. And they're getting shot in the back. Look at these lines here. And the UK are just marching right up to the flank and shooting them to pieces. Now we still have more French forming up here against the UK here. Poland honestly should have... Poland could have been used so much more over here. They really could have been used on this flank. They can start pushing in against the HRE. HRE are someone you want to focus on. HRE will do well in a line fight, not in a cav engagement. Infantry versus cav, they will lose every time. The cav just will destroy this line infantry. But they are going to do what they do best, which is getting into a line fight with a smaller Italian army. Look at all this militia. These poor guys. They are going to be the first casualties of the Italians. And it is going to be brutal. Although they're getting off a good shot first. We have some skirmishes pushing up as well. France actually has not broken a ton. They did fall back, though. Maybe saving themselves from total annihilation here. Now, this 12-point France is going to be squaring up against Sweden and the UK. And 12-point France is switching some of their line infantry over to this side to support the 10-point France. What fell? Okay, this one fell. And here comes some Polish line infantry. So Poland is shifting over to this side, recognizing this is the side to be at. We do have UK setting some artillery up here to fire down at the Polish. Man, there's a spam happening here. That's so weird. We even have some Swedish reserves. That's really good to see. They can form up and, you know, meet whatever flank. Maybe have them more at the crossroads, but either way, very good. We do have Sardinia and the UK pushing on this flank of the 10-point France. I don't know if France is even noticing that they're being massively outflanked here, but they're going to form up again. Italy is going to start pushing on the HRE. HRE has a very good position here with their 5-pounder artillery. They're going to start pouring in a lot of artillery fire on the Italians, who honestly, Italy looks like they brought a lot of militia here. Actually, several different militia units. A lot more militia than I usually see for Italy. They have their regular line infantry on this flank here, on the HRE right flank. We have actually Sardinia sending over some infantry as well, so they may be looking to try to knock Italy out of this fight and then swing around France. Although, honestly, in the center, France seems to be getting really focused here. The UK are even doing some bayonet charges here. Successive bayonet charges. Sicilian line infantry here, too. That's kind of interesting. But they're going to start pushing back the French, as they are going to start. 10-point France is in grave danger here. But look at this. HRE are actually starting to maybe isolate Italy. We do have Poland pushing up against the UK. Now the UK have a trick, or I don't know what you'd call that, but they have artillery up on this hill, which you can see is already focusing on the Polish line infantry as they're pushing up with the cav. So we have some France over here, some French.
Our general is under attack.
Oh, HRE, not the HRE, but the Sardinian general. Maybe a glancing artillery shell maybe came close. But you see the UK have definitely pushed up with Sweden, so now they can fall back. They have taken this village. They have not taken this LOC yet, or they are about to lose it to the French here. Yes, the combat gen took it. Now over here, oh my goodness, I missed it. Huge cav charge in. Sardinia actually, I don't know if they formed square in time or not, but you see Italy set in their guard. Oh my goodness, how did I miss this? They sit in their guard and are actually starting to chop HRE down to size here. Sardinia has a huge break as Italy went in with their dragoons, which actually are some of the best dragoons in the game. For the Imperials, some of them. Now, Sardinia does have a couple line infantry left on this side, and there's still some cav for HRE who are still in this fight. And Italy's probably going to have to fight more dragoons after they're already winded versus fresh. But they're in a clash here as they're fighting for the flank of the HRE. Now this Italian line infantry, this guard is still pushing here. They're doing an excellent job, backed up by some dragoons. There's a general as well. And HRE are going to fall back, although look at this, they may actually kill the Italian general. I'm seeing over here, it looks like this is just going to be a skirmish. Now we do have a lot of Polish cav possibly trying to go in for the guns of the UK here. And we're going to have the Blue Horse Guard charging in to meet the Ulani. Oh, what a clash here along this hill. Yeah, this is, I would have sent only one Polish Lancer in and then sent the others to try to flank. We see Italy's gonna start pushing up here. Now over on this side, we do have France actually pushed up on Sardinia and HRE, catching them out of position here. Not the greatest thing to see. Looks like Italy has finally been driven back, but not before they put a heavy dent in Sardinia. We do have Sardinia also charging with some of their cav, going for the line infantry of France. These are such thick columns, though. They may not even put a dent in them. Now over here, Poland, as you can see, has routed all that cav that got stuck right here, probably got volleyed. There was infantry shooting right over here, trying to help out with the Polish Lancers. And now some more line infantry is going to be shot. And line infantry for Poland getting surrounded by the Hussars and the Dragoon Guards here. So Poland is not doing the greatest at the moment. And they are going to be getting shot to pieces by artillery on this left flank. In the center of town, France is kind of withdrawn, and so has the UK and Sweden. I think they're focusing on both sides of the town here. Focusing on the left side where France, or not France, the UK and Sweden seem to be kind of, they're not willing to give up all of it, but they're willing to force the Polish to have to push in here. Now, Sardinia and HRE are starting to lose here. On this side, I mean, Sardinia is going to start dying really fast here. This French 12-pointer has some deadly infantry they have in this fight. And they are going to be a tough nut to crack. I think that's the expression. Over here, Italy is definitely starting to push on the flank of the HRE. With all this militia, I am concerned their morale will not hold. They do have some organized infantry here, probably to inspire. That guard did get saved here. And they're sitting in the back. They've done so much, and they're going to hopefully inspire more troops here. We do have some cav for Italy charging in against Sardinian infantry. Trying to stop them from doing a sneaky bayonet charge on the militia and routing them. Over here, Poland. Oh, no, France is going in for bayonet charge here. The Swiss are going to be routed as they probably got volleyed as they're running across. And France looks like they actually are determined to try to push on this side here with Poland. This artillery is going to do some deadly work against the Polish on this side, and looks like Sweden's actually bringing up some dragoons because they know it's about to get real in this area. Now France is using this house or this kind of town to anchor their line as they are pushing forward. You can see here still more cuirassiers for the 12-point France. Definitely not going to make it very easy. In fact, we have Italy going in once more with that guard. And some cav also to support stopping line infantry from reinforcing this line. Italy's doing an excellent job of kind of using the advantage they have against the HRE with their cav. And their really elite line infantry. Here go more dragoons pushing in as well as line infantry here. HRE may be starting to have some problems with the flank. In fact, it looks like a mass bayonet charge here by the Italians. Italy going in with their cav and infantry here. And they are breaking the HRE right flank. And here comes some cuirassiers. If it wasn't bad enough, here come French heavy cav. Trying to smash up. Like I said, this is the weakness of the HRE cav. Their infantry cannot hold, and you can see actually some heavies for Sweden. Oh, enemy general killed? Oh my goodness.
Our men are running, sir.
So you see actually Poland is having some real problems here. They are being kind of harassed by some dragoons of Sweden. But over here is mass chaos. Cav charges going both ways. HRE trying to hold. We had the heavies of Sweden pushing up. There's a square sitting right here. Oh, come on. Charge that square. No, they broke them. This square is really going to boost this fight here. We do have what looks like some cuirassiers now charging in against the Swedish, trying to break them. Italy pushing up, France also pushing up. A huge rout by Sardinia. HRE now kind of trying to reform here, but Italy is so far behind them. This is looking disastrous on this flank. It is going well on the other flank, so it may come up to be who will win more decisively. UK actually shifted over some troops. We have a general as well. And UK actually has some troops over here. I like seeing the mixture of units. It means that you're working really well with your allies.
Our men are running for them.
Yeah, Sardinia unfortunately just got mobbed by the 12-point France, which is not an easy thing to defend against. 12-point France, like I said, there's a reason it's such a high point in customs. It's a very good faction. But anyway, so we have France in Poland pushing up, fighting, shooting against Sweden. Sweden actually maybe having some losses here on this side with the line. But Sweden start pushing over. I'm hoping to see this artillery really start evening the odds in the favor of the coalition on this side. We will see. Now France is starting to lose on this side of the line, as this contingent of French troops is getting kind of mauled by the artillery. Still, Sweden holding the town. HRE seem to have fallen back some of their troops in good order. The UK are pulling up some reserves. And Sardinia is in the forest. We have UK sitting here trying to hold this side with some of their Berkshire foot. The wonky donkeys trying to hold the line here. Officer getting a shot off. But they are not going to be able to hold forever. They are just going to try to do their best. HRE actually have reformed, and with the backing of the UK, they may be able to hold. France really expended a lot of energy, a lot of men. You see most of their guys are winded or tired, except for on this side, but Italy is going to be very winded and tired, so they may have a chance to break or even counterattack here. It looks like France actually is going in for the house. Sweden still holding here, but their flank is in danger of being outflanked here, as their lines are getting a little thin. We do, excuse me. We have the Blue Horse Heavies pushing up here. Who are they going to go for? I think they're going to maybe push up towards Italy. Italy's the one to focus down, I would say, at this point. Oh, we have some, what is this? We have some infantry pushing up, some grenadiers going for the 9-pounders of the UK here. The UK going to try maybe to shoot them down to size. Oh yeah, we got canister being devastating. And these poor grenadiers are probably going to be the focus of a lot of artillery fire. Now, they may get to kill. They may kill this artillery crew, but with some royal military, basically sappers, they probably won't. There's some skirms over here that the King's German Legion, the Green Rascals, are trying to deal with, but these guys got toasted. My goodness. France still pushing forward. Italy's still doing their thing. But Sardinia is pushing up some of their infantry along with the UK. We do have the heavy Dragoon Guards, probably going to make a very crucial play in this fight here. Oh, come on, I'm just trying to get a cool shot. It's not that hard, is it? Alright, we got a general along with them. You know that they're going to be trying to do something. Here we go. Italy cannot form square here. And yep, they're going to go in for the flank here. And Italy's going to have to try to reform. They have no cav. France should be shifting over the cav, trying to face those heavies of France. Or of the UK. France is actually falling back, as well as Poland. They're going to fall back here. The real fight now happening right here, which actually France seems to be winning. UK are losing more men than the French are, and they are going to have to make a play here on the flank. There is a square that was formed here, but you can see Sardinia actually did a bayonet charge here, staving off the Italian onslaught. You have a general nearby, and here comes the cuirassiers, probably to try to do their best. Now Italy is in shambles, and actually the UK and HRE are looking very good on this flank. So finally, I think Italy may be overspent. Italy may have finally met their match at the hands of 3 different factions here. Artillery going to try to do their best to blow holes into the line of the HRE, but I don't think it'll be enough. And you see Poland's actually going to start falling back here. And the French seem to have kind of run out a little bit of steam here. The attack on the left has failed, unfortunately, in the long run. Italy is probably going to be in shambles here, with France kind of trying to keep them together. They're probably going to fall back to the LSC and try to be a little more offensive here. Some skirms look like they're trying to help stop this. We have some militia in the front lines here. These guys have actually done a really good job, considering they're really cheap units. But they're going to fall back. Italy's going to just fall back here. The UK actually are going to do a bayonet charge here. Charge into the back. Or Italians here are just getting chopped to pieces here, as France is now going to fall back. Their attack has failed. This is where, realistically, they would start marching back and retreating, getting away from this. Quite honestly, probably the coalition wouldn't chase them either. They suffered some pretty heavy losses here. The HRE army is almost gone. Still there, but they lost the majority of their army. We do have that horse guard now clashing with some of the cuirassiers in the back lines here. Italy has 1 line infantry over here that's trying to march back. I think that's it for them. Now we have a artillery piece getting charged by John Moore, as well as a general. So generals fighting each other here in the back lines. Something you don't usually see very often here. John Moore better not die. So Sweden victoriously is going to start pushing at the retreating Polish here on this side. And looking at the overview of this battlefield, it was basically the flanks. The center was first and the flanks were pushed. Let's skip a little bit. Let's see what's going to happen, because it looks like France and Poland are just kind of falling back. I'm not sure if they're just going to try to make a last stand right here. You can see actually Italy is holding this house here with some artillery. Yeah, France is gonna start breaking here. This will be their last stand here against Sweden. In fact, Poland actually is pushing into the city here. Sweden better be ready for him. HRE are eager to regain their honor after having a break here. I would say that the UK and Sardinia, mainly the UK. UK was like a good support. They were everywhere. They were on both sides in the center. Sweden kind of was holding one side. HRE were holding one side. I think Sardinia was kind of here and there, so they were maybe supporting. So the UK and Sardinia, being the smaller pointers, they were supporting. We do have a bayonet charge here. Sweden did go in and is breaking the Polish here. It was a trap for the Polish. Oh, Poland's actually seems to be doing decently well here. Oh, where is Poland going? This line fight is happening over here. Poland and France over here. There's a flank. Oh, we can have a bayonet charge again. Sweden's pushing up some more infantry. Now Poland's going to try to get themselves out of there. They're running their troops. It's kind of here and there, isn't it? This French line's probably going to get torn apart by the 9-pounders of UK. Over here, France is just breaking against a lot of HRE. Even Sardinia is back. You have a general here for Sardinia, I believe. Yep, he's pushing up. Look at him. He's got no hat on. A fight of generals here. So France is basically gone. It's going to be a one last stand here, although it looks like Sweden did a bayonet charge and is breaking the French here. And it's going to turn into a mass rout. Poland being the one in the center now, only one's left. And they are going to advance on this LOC here. What a picture, you know? And they're going to go in for the house. Look at them getting up nice and close and personal against the Swedish here. Actually, the fight's raging outside of the house.
Our men are running for them.
Couldn't get up. This one guy is sitting down here. And Poland should be breaking here as Poland is the last one. Getting bayonet charge. Man, they're just trying to desperate stand in the streets. They're just fighting everywhere. This place has been hotly contested throughout most of the fight. But you can see they have held. It's a good vantage point they have. And that should be the battle, I do believe. Like I said, there's one LOC here. I'm going to fast forward at this point. There's one LOC that has a general and line infantry. Poland's being surrounded here. Oh, no. I'll edit fast. Like I said, this one was sent in by Scouts of Entertainment, so thank you for that. Great YouTuber, does a lot of, like I said, a lot of Total War, a lot more mods with other games, not just Napoleon, so definitely check his channel out. Yeah, let's look at the kills here. So, actually, kills were pretty equal almost. Unfortunately, 10-point France got ganged up on at the very beginning and maybe overcommitted on this one side over here. So, yeah. Ron Swanson. That's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for joining me for this video. And also, thank you guys so much for all the support recently. I've been jumping in subscribers and views and watch time, so it's exciting to see the channel continually growing. Gonna keep doing the same thing, and hope you guys stick around. So, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.